with Ray. I'm Rachel, and today I'm going to be sharing with you Orly's fall collection for 2024 called Terra Nova. So this is the beautiful 6-piece collection. It's full of like sunsetty. I think this is supposed to have kind of a canyony, earthy feel to it. And that's definitely the vibe I'm getting from these 6 shades. We've got 4 creams and then 2 shimmers. Down in the description box, I will link where you can grab these polishes. They should currently be available when you're watching this video. And if they're available at Beyond Polish, remember you can use my code RAE, R-A-E, at checkout to get 10% off your order. So in today's video, we'll take a look at these 6 gorgeous shades. I'll live swatch them for you and give you all my thoughts. I'll also share some comparisons with you of shades that are similar. All right, so let's go ahead and check out the Terra Nova collection. All right, so we're going to take a look at these in rainbow order, which means we're beginning with the red. This one is called Rustic Root, and it's described as being a reddish brown shimmer. I would definitely agree with that description. It has a reddy type base, and the shimmer sometimes appears to be coppery, and then I think it shifts to almost a gold shade. On application, this had such an impressive formula. I think over time this could definitely be a 1 coater. I did go in for 2, but it really didn't change much. This one was super full opacity, and it also looks quite bright on my camera here. In just a second, when I show the full hand swatch with 2 coats and a glossy top coat, you'll see it's significantly more of a reddy brown as opposed to more of an orangey brown. I would say this is pretty color accurate to what I saw in person. So yeah, 2 coats reached full opacity with this one, and in lower lighting, the shimmer is a little bit more subtle, and it's more noticeable when it's in bright lighting or sunlight. So I did share a few comparisons for this one. On the left here, you see Rustic Root, and on the right is Perseverance, which released in the NASA collaboration. I thought they would be really close, but honestly, Perseverance is a lot more coppery. And next we have Earthfire, which is described as being a fiery burnt orange cream. So this is one of the 4 creams in the collection. I was surprised it was described as being a fiery shade. I mean, I guess kind of all oranges are a little bit fiery, but I think fiery and I think of a reddish orange, and this is more of like a corally orange. Again, in this lighting, I don't know what it was about this collection, but it's not super color accurate. Once you see it, the full hand swatch, you will see it what it looks like true to color. This one had a coralline to it. It was very saturated and rich, but just a little bit pinkier, I guess, than your traditional pumpkin orange. It was fully opaque for me in 2 coats, so here's what those 2 coats look like with a glossy top coat. You can see it's deep, it's rich, it's saturated, and just a little bit corally. I honestly thought I would not like this shade, but here we are. I actually really enjoyed it. I thought it was beautiful and super flattering. So some more comparisons here. Earthfire compared to In the Conservatory, which is more brown, and Velvet Ribbon, which is obviously more red. So nothing super close. The other shimmer in this collection is called Gilded Dune, and it's described as being a golden mustard shimmer. So it has kind of like an orangey golden base, mustardy orangey base, and then the shimmer in it is a beautiful vibrant green, which I thought was really fun and unexpected. This formula shocked me. It was another color I was fully prepared not to like because I just honestly don't enjoy wearing this type of yellow. I'm a sunshine yellow kind of girl, not mustard. It's just, I don't ever feel like they look that good on me, but this one had such a beautiful formula, fully opaque in 2 coats. The shimmer totally shined through and just glowed a beautiful green. So here's what those 2 coats look like with a glossy top coat. Like the red, Rustic Root, the shimmer is a little bit more subtle in lower lighting like you see here, and then it really pops in that brighter direct lighting. And next up is Skystone. This one's just described as being a teal cream, so let me give you a little bit more to go off of. It is a teal cream, but it has just a little bit of white in it. Like I think of teal cream, I think of In Full Plume, which we'll look at a comparison with that one. And this one is a lot more blue. So like a blue teal. This had a Crelly formula, but it built up beautifully in 2 coats as well. I was so impressed overall with the formula for all of these shades. And I have to say These next three we're going to look at were my top picks from the collection. I thought the shade of blue was incredibly flattering, and it's one I would wear in the summer or in the fall. It's just gorgeous. So here's what those two coats look like with a glossy top coat in sunlight. Just stunning, like a breath of fresh air, incredibly flattering. I love shades like this. And so here's what it looks like beside In Full Plume. In Full Plume is coming off a little bit more muted and less deep than it is in real life, but you can definitely see that color difference there. Skystone is more blue, it's a lot lighter, whereas In Full Plume is deeper and more saturated. Another top pick of the collection is Starlit Shale. This one is described as being a violet purple cream, and I was very surprised that I love this so much. It is, though, just such a deep, rich, vampy color. Like, I see this, I think Halloween manicures, I think November manicures. Like, it's rich. It's beautiful. On the first coat, you can see it definitely leans more jelly in its formula. For that reason, I did end up building it in 3 coats on my application, but in my full hand swatch, you're going to see it in just 2 coats. I think it's passable in 2 coats, but when I really looked at it in bright lighting, I could see a little bit of my nail showing through. It was just slightly patchy. So in the future, I'd probably go in for 3. But here's 2 with a glossy top coat. Oh my gosh. Like the most beautiful purple cream. I didn't want to take this one off. I thought it was incredible. Rich, dark, and I think it goes with the other colors in this collection so well. And the final shade in this collection, and another top pick for me, is Bedrock Bloom, which is described as being a fuchsia cream. This one I would describe as almost being like a borderline kind of wine shade. It's coming off super bright on camera, and I do apologize for that. For some reason, this color really did a number with my camera. I tried to color adjust, but to no avail. On my full hand swatch, I'm going to show 2 coats, but here on application, I did go in for 3 because I noticed a little bit of visible nail line. I honestly don't think it was that noticeable to need 3, but if that's something that really bothers you, since this does have a jelly finish, you might want, or like a more jelly leaning formula, you might want that 3rd coat. So here's what 3 coats look like with a glossy top coat in some natural lower overcast lighting. Oh, just a gorgeous, gorgeous wine rich shade. I adored this color. It was another one I did not want to take off. So that was Orly's fall collection for 2024. Let me know all of your thoughts down in the comments. As for me, I'm all about this color story. I think it's very earthy. It also feels perfect transitioning from summer into fall. Some of these shades like the orange and the blue and even this like mustardy shimmer feel a little bit more summery to me. And that's because there are some shades that feel a little bit more summery, like this orange shade, Earthfire, to me feels very September. Like personally, I usually wear a little bit more orangey orange shades, like pumpkin orange colors in the fall time. The blue Skystone, similar vibes. Like usually I like something a little dustier or deeper in the fall. But then the purple and red, Starlit Shale and Rustic Root definitely feel autumn to me. Like I can see myself wearing those in November. Overall, I really enjoyed the formula on these. I thought they were very easy to work with. So if you enjoyed my review today, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you next time. Bye!